Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Sir.
1 second. I think it's not connected. Just a minute. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. 1 second. So you sent that solutions, right? I saw them.
Yeah, sir, I sent it. Do you get it?
Yeah, I got it. So
Okay.
let's see. This one's right. This is
The first worksheet.
yeah for the first worksheet. Did you do that
Yeah.
second worksheet?
Yeah, I did it, sir, but I forgot to send, so I'll send it by today.
Yeah. Okay. So when you see this, where is this first question? So 2 meters per second east of south. Okay. So the fourth one, right? When you see this fourth question.
Yeah, sir.
So here you have, so this fourth question. You have to draw the vector, right?
No, I thought it just said mark. Yeah, you have to. I thought
Then
it
what
said
is
mark
so on the so the negative of A, what is that? Draw the vector, I asked, right?
yeah.
So drawing the vector. So just you have pointed over here, right? This is -3 comma -4.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
This is the point. This is not the vector. If you draw like this, okay?
Okay.
So the vector means from origin to this is the vector. You have to show this line. This is nothing but the ray. This is the ray, right? So the ray
Yeah.
which points -3 comma -4. This is the vector.
Okay.
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 When you're drawing the vector, in the sense you have to draw. You should not point it as it is.
Okay.
Okay. Seventh one. Let's see this. First two. When seeing this, so here just one formula mistake. Although you did it right, but the formula what you have written over here. Tan alpha. So what is the
Oh, it's
formula
A
for
plus
result?
B cos theta.
A
Yeah, it's
plus
A
B
plus
cos
B.
theta.
Yeah.
Here you have used plus. but in the formula you have written it minus. That's it.
Minus, yeah.
Then it's all the same thing. Now, when you do this one, do this one about this 19th question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have the questions or I have?
No, I don't have the questions.
You don't have
I'll
the
just
questions.
open it 1 second.
Okay, just open them.
Yes, I have the question.
So the 5th question. Let's see this two. Because the above one all are it's okay.
Okay.
Now let's see this 5th question. So first tell me it is a dot product, right?
Right.
Is dot product scalar or vector?
Scalar. Yeah, scalar.
It's scalar, right?
Right.
What is this? Is it scalar or vector?
Dot product, right?
Yeah, dot product.
Yeah, so it's scalar only.
So here you
Oh,
have
this
written.
is, oh,
this
okay,
one.
as a vector, yeah.
This is a vector. You have written in vector form.
Okay.
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 So here what should be the answer for this?
Should be -1.
So first let's see 2 minus 3, that is -1. Okay.
Okay.
Now same thing for the next one.
Next one. Yeah.
Just you have to do A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus C1 C2, right? So this comes as 5. Do you have the question? Okay, I will write that vector.
Yeah, I have the question.
Here we have got 5 I cap minus 4 J cap plus 4 K cap. Okay. We have to do
Okay.
J cap minus 4 J cap minus 6 K cap. Now what is the scalar product of this?
5 plus 16 minus 24.
21 minus 24, which is minus 3.
Yeah, -3.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood this? Whenever, since it's given in Cartesian form, you are writing in the vector notation. It's not true. You have to do dot product means it should come as scalar. That's it.
Okay.
Now the same thing you did for this.
Yeah.
This is a work, right? Work
Yeah.
done is a scalar product.
Hmm.
That is a scalar quantity. So you have to do the scalar product. That's it.
Okay.
So then we will get as 35 plus 3
Plus
plus
3
12. Same thing,
plus 12.
just this one, just you have to add them.
Okay.
We'll give it as 50.
50 joules.
50, that's it. 50 joules, that's it. Okay.
Okay.
So the only mistake is this one for finding the product.
Okay.
Now this one, the next question. 21st one.
Oh yeah, so I know this one I made a mistake.
So what we have to do?
So is m equal to -10?
M equals to -10.
Is
Okay.
that the
How you
answer?
got M is -10?
Oh, because it's perpendicular to each other, right?
So what means, what is
So
the concept
shouldn't
you
it
have
be
used?
that the the A vector should be equal to B vector?
A vector is equals to B vector. If A vector is equals to B vector, this is
Yeah.
the notation, right? Then they are parallel to each other. They are not perpendicular.
Oh.
This is A vector equal to B vector, right? Same direction, same
Right.
magnitude.
Yeah.
Correct? They are
Oh,
parallel
so
to
should
each
it be
other.
negative B vector?
Okay, if you draw the negative vector, this is A vector. This
Oh,
is,
but it's still, yeah.
it is called anti-parallel. That's it.
Okay.
So whenever they are perpendicular, you have to use scalar product. When A and B, otherwise A is perpendicular to B. Okay. Then what is A dot B? If A is perpendicular to B, then what is A dot B?
It'll be a
First tell
scalar
me the-
quantity, right?
Yeah, first tell me the formula.
A dot B.
A dot B.
So it'll be A B cos theta.
What is theta over here?
Since it's perpendicular, right?
Yes.
No, it's not 0. Yeah, 0.
What
No.
is 0?
1, sorry.
Okay. First tell me what is the angle over here. Theta equals to what?
90 degrees.
So perpendicular means 90 degree, right?
Yeah.
So theta is 90. So what is cos 90?
1 minute,
0.
sir. I don't know why. Yeah, 0.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and 90 is no. So, I'll memorize the table. So
You have to. That is the main
yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's 0.
So when any two perpendicular, when any vector is perpendicular to another one, their dot product is 0.
0. Okay.
From this concept, you have to start this question.
Okay.
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 So now, so this is the A vector, this is B vector, right? 4i cap 2m. So whenever they're asking whether any one coefficient, by the giving they are perpendicular, the formula is A dot B is 0. Now tell me what is A dot B?
0.
A dot B is 0. Now do, this is A vector, this is B vector, right? Do the scalar product.
Okay, fine.
4 into 2? 8.
4 into 2 minus 3m minus 30.
Minus 3m minus 30 equals to 0. Right?
Yeah.
So from here directly we got m value. This is minus 22 by 3.
By 3.
This is the m.
Okay.
For this value of m, A is perpendicular to B. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I think in the second thing I have given, they are parallel to each other, right? Okay. In the second worksheet I gave, two vectors are parallel to each other. Find the value of lambda. Okay.
Oh, so I don't have the workings with me right now.
Yeah.
It's in another book.
No, just you have to know.
Okay.
So when they are perpendicular, then you have to use A dot B, right?
Yeah.
A vector, B vector. So A vector dot B vector is 0. Now, when they are parallel to each other, so then
Oh, here
product
A
is
will be
0.
equal to B.
It's not A equal to B.
Oh, so you just said that when it's parallel, the thing will be equal, right?
This is also parallel, right?
Right.
Is A equal to B?
No.
Or the direction is same, but magnitudes are different, right?
Right.
The sense of A equal to B means they are having same direction and same magnitude.
Okay.
This is also parallel vectors, but their magnitudes are not same, right?
Yeah.
So, in which product the product becomes 0 when the two vectors are parallel?
So I don't understand.
Here, the scalar product is 0 when they are perpendicular to each other, right?
Yeah.
So, in cross product will be 0 when
its sign will be
is
sign
parallel to
0.
B. Correct?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When they are given A vector and B vector and they told if both are parallel to each other, they will give one coefficient to find out. So you have to use this concept. A is parallel to B means A cross B is 0. That is AB sine theta is 0.
0.
Then you find out instead of AB sine theta, what they will give is same thing. They will give A vector, they will give B vector. You know how to do A cross B.
Right.
By using determinant form. That I, J, K. So this is AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ. This equals to 0. Okay.
Okay.
Then you find out, you will get the answer. There is a, and in second one, I have given the shortcut. Instead of doing this all, the ratios of the respective coefficients should be equal. What is the meaning of this? Is if A is given as AX I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ K cap. It can be two-dimensional, three-dimensional, it doesn't matter. BX I cap, BY J cap plus BZ K cap. This is a two, there are two given vectors, okay?
Okay.
So when the two vectors are parallel, then AX by BX should be equal to
AY by BY.
BY should be equal to AZ by BZ. This is directly shortcut for finding it. Instead of doing cross product, taking determinant and all, directly we can get the answer from this.
Okay.
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 And just send me the solutions of those.
Yeah, I'll send that.
No. We will deal with, so that is the completion of the vectors total. Okay.
Okay.
Just one question in the vectors. What is A vector dot A cross B vector is equals to dash? Options are mod A square, 1, 0, 1. What will be the answer for this?
Sir, is it 0?
Why it's 0?
I don't know. I just felt like it would be 0.
Okay, the prediction is correct, but why? We need to know, right?
Okay.
So here, as I told before, when you do cross product, the resultant will get some vector, right?
Right.
That C vector is
Oh, and it's
perpendicular.
perpendicular to A
That
and
C
B.
vector is perpendicular to both A and B, right?
Hmm.
So whatever vector this may be, it is perpendicular to A.
Yeah.
So what is A vector? The dot product of a vector with a perpendicular. Just now
That'll
is
be 0.
0.
Yeah.
So that is the answer. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so today we will start with this and the kinematics. And kinematics is pretty. I think they have reduced the syllabus a lot in this year.
So instead of kinematics, can you, is it possible for you to do motion of rigid bodies?
Yeah, we will do the motion of rigid bodies, no problem.
Okay, because we have a CT on
Okay.
this one.
Okay. One second. So now in motion of rigid bodies. So what you studied till now? What do you mean in motion of rigid bodies? What we will study in general? Because in vectors we are studying about they have the they are the vectors which is represented. They have magnitude and all.
Right.
So in kinematics we will study about the velocity, acceleration, and all. So in motion of rigid bodies, what we will study?
I don't know. I wasn't there for this chapter, so I don't know.
Okay. In general, the motion of rigid bodies. It is, let us suppose there is one body over here. Okay.
Okay.
It is on a plane. There is one body. Now for the motion is nothing but the movement, right?
Yeah.
So for the motion of this body, whether it can move linearly like this in this direction.
Yeah.
Let us suppose this is the thing. This is the surface. Okay.
Okay.
On surface, the body can move in this direction, or in backward, or in top, right? Depending upon how we are applying the force. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in this motion of rigid bodies, there is no force applying on this body. Okay. Will it move?
Okay.
There are no forces applying on this. Will the body move?
No.
No. So here in motion of rigid bodies, the body will move until and unless an external force is applied. Here we're using the word external force. There are many types of forces. There are internal forces and external forces. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the first law of the Newton that they will say. The body will be in its rest until and unless an external force is applied. Right?
Right.
So now in this, there is no external force applied to this. That's why the body will be at rest. Now, if you are applying a force in this direction, this is applied force. Okay, you are pushing it. Okay.
Okay.
So then it will move in this direction.
Right.
If you are applying a force in opposite direction, then
it will move in the same direction.
It will move in the same direction of the force, right?
Yeah.
Now here we will combine two forces. One force is like this and other force is like this one. This is F1, this is F2. And force is a scalar quantity or vector quantity?
Vector.
Force is a vector. So we have to represent with the bar on the top of it or with the direction.
Yeah.
So now you have applied two forces, F1 and F2.
Yeah.
So then in which direction will it move?
It won't move in any direction.
Okay. This is F1, let us suppose this is F2, right?
Yeah.
F1 is in, okay, let's take in opposite direction. Let us suppose this is the normal tug of force that they will pull the rope, right?
Yeah.
So when F1 force is equal to F2 force, when the forces are equal, then the body won't move, right?
Yeah.
When F1 is in this direction, F2 is in this direction. When F1 force is more, means F1 is greater than F2, then the body will move towards F1, correct?
Correct.
So means the body will move wherever there is a maximum force, in the sense when it all depends upon the net force. Okay. Net force in the sense it is the summation of all the forces along with the direction. Okay. Let's suppose here it is 5 Newton, here it is 3 Newton. So in general, the net force, you will think that 5 Newton plus 3 Newton, it total comes as 8 Newton. This is wrong. You have to add forces when they are in same direction. Okay. If they are in opposite direction, you have to subtract. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So here it is 5 Newton in this direction. This is opposite direction, right? That's why minus 3 Newton. So the resultant or the net force is 2 Newton. In which direction? In left side.
Okay.
So the body will move towards the net force. Wherever the net force is, it moves in that direction. Okay.
Okay.
So now apart from in motion of rigid bodies, the main we are dealing with forces. That's it.
Okay.
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 The whole thing we are dealing is the forces, and in these forces there are types of forces and all.
Okay.
So first is the contact force. Contact forces and non-contact forces. Okay.
Okay.
Non-contact forces means they are the imaginary forces. They are not applying physically. That's it. That is the meaning. Okay. Example of the contact forces. Till now we studied, okay, you will be having this normal frictional force, main thing. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the important, because in friction we have two types: static friction, kinetic friction. Okay.
Okay.
In general, okay, we'll study about these forces also. You will get to know each other, all of them in detail. So first is the frictional forces, the main forces. Next we have spring force.
Okay.
Next we have this normal pulley and all. It all comes under the contact forces. Okay. That is the tension and all. Next, in non-contact forces, we have gravitational force. Gravitational force. And we have this magnetic force, electric force that we will study in the second year. Okay.
Okay.
In this we have this gravitational force. So just now to know, we have this magnetic force electric force. Okay.
Okay.
These are the contact forces and non-contact forces. And in contact forces, the other thing that you have to know is that normal force. This normal force we will study when studying the frictional force itself. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the types of forces. And apart from this, we have external force. External in the sense that we are applying it. That's it. That also comes under contact forces, because external forces all comes under contact forces itself. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Now these are the types of forces and how they are defined. Now let's see this. So first we have to draw. First this is a free body diagram. Okay.
Okay.
Free body diagram means just you have to show this one, and we have this weight of the body as 20 kg. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You know difference between mass and weight. What is it? Mass, weight.
Isn't weight like mass into the gravity?
Weight is equal to the mass into the gravity, right? This one I
Yeah.
think you have studied in the gravitational also, because depending upon the gravity, the weight will change, correct? Depending upon the planets also. In this planet, the other planets and all, right?
Yeah.
So means the mass is constant, the weight varies, right?
Right.
Whenever they give like this as 10 kg or 20 kg, means they gave weight. Remember this, it's not the mass. Okay.
Okay.
Always the mentioned thing is weight. Okay.
Okay.
Now you have to know what are the forces. If there is no external forces applied, let's see what are the forces applying on this. That's it. Okay. Now
Okay.
the body, always remember, so this is in contact with the ground. So always the first force will be force due to gravity. Okay.
Okay.
So in which direction the force will be acting due to
So
gravity?
can you just give me 1 minute?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, so my dogs were barking today now.
It happens. So first it is 10 kg, right?
Yeah.
So whenever this is, there is no external force. Remember this. Okay.
Okay.
So there is no external force. So first, the first force is gravitational force. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, gravitational force is an internal force. I think I didn't tell about external forces and internal forces. External forces means which are applying externally, like we are pulling it, pushing it. Okay.
Okay.
Gravitational force is an internal force. Internal force means the force which is applied by, like, within the body itself.
Okay.
So here the gravitational force is applied towards, it's not applied, the gravitational force is downwards, right?
Yeah.
Means the gravitation or the earth is pulling the body towards itself, right?
Yeah.
So wherever the body it is in, always, whether it is at any height,
It'll always be downward.
always be downwards, whether it is slanted also. if it is like this, this is the gravitational force.
Okay.
Whatever the angle it may be, always the gravitational force is downwards. Okay.
Okay.
Now from this we can tell the gravitational force is an internal force which is always applied downwards, right?
Downwards. Yeah.
So this is the gravitational force represented by Fg, means force due to gravitation. Okay. Next, the next force is regarding when the body is in contact. So here the body is in contact with the surface, right?
Yeah.
So here comes the contact force. So contact force, so first you have is the normal force.
Okay.
The same thing, this is represented by N. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, always normal force N is perpendicular to,
Gravity force.
it's not perpendicular to gravity, it is perpendicular to surface.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It is not perpendicular to gravity, it is perpendicular to the surface, that's it.
Okay.
That's why it is called normal, right? Normal to the surface.
Okay.
This is the normal force. Okay, represented by capital N.
Okay.
In this case, the body is not moving, right?
Yeah.
When the body is not moving, then it is called the equilibrium position. Okay.
Okay.
Equilibrium position means all opposite forces are equal. Okay.
Okay.
Means here there is upward force is one thing, downward force there is one thing, right? When the forces are equal, then it won't move, right? So that position is, we will call it as equilibrium position. Okay.
Okay.
So here normal force N is equals to force due to gravity.
Gravity.
Understood this?
Yeah.
No. Now I will draw some configurations. You have to tell what is the gravitational force and what is the normal force.
Okay.
This is 20 kg. Okay. Instead of 20 kg, 15 kg. Okay. 1, 3. Okay. In the first case, tell me what is the gravitational force and what is this force. Force due to gravity is how much? Force due to gravity is nothing but weight.
Okay. Oh, okay. So 15. I mean 15. Yeah.
15 unit.
Kg. Oh no, Newton. Because it's force.
Force. 15 newtons. Okay.
Hmm.
Then normal force.
15 Newton.
15 Newton, because they are, this is the F, this is the normal force.
Right.
Both are in same direction, they will cancel each other. So Newton is also 15 Newton. Now here, what is the gravitational force?
Again 15 Newton, right?
15 Newton. No. What is the normal force? So instead of calculation, just tell me whether is it equal to 15 Newton or less than 15 Newton. Just have to compare.
So
No need of exact value.
is it less than 15 Newton?
So it will be less than 15 Newton, correct?
Right.
No. Here, what is the gravitation force?
15 Newton.
15 Newton. So wherever, in whatever position it may be, always the gravitation force is same. Always acting downwards. Downwards. Okay.
Okay.
What about the normal force in the second case?
It's lesser than the.
It will be in this position or in this position. Whether it is N1 or N2, tell me. In which direction the normal force will be?
N2.
It will be in
N2.
because it should be
Perpendicular to the surface.
Yeah, perpendicular to the surface. Okay.
Okay.
Now in this, always this is the gravitation force downwards. This is the normal force, N. Right?
Yeah.
So in this, let's suppose this is N1 and this is N2. Now compare between N1 and N2.
So N2 will be lesser.
So N2 is less than N1. Okay.
Okay.
No. This is just knowing how the normal force will be and how the gravitational force acts. Now clear how the normal, so just we are clear with only the direction. Next we'll find out what is the value of normal force and all in different cases. So first is clear, right? Normal force is always perpendicular to the surface and the gravitational force acts always downwards.
Down.
No. So in this laws of motion means the body is in movement. Movement in the sense you have to find, okay, in maximum cases you have to find the acceleration itself. Okay.
Okay.
They will ask what is the acceleration of the bodies. So for that, I think you know that F equals to ma, right?
Yeah.
So what is this? From where you got that F equals to ma, and a is a vector quantity. Acceleration is a vector quantity. Okay. Actually, this formula, this is not the actual formula. Okay.
Okay.
This is true for general, for many cases. Why it is true for many cases, I will tell you. So
is this the Newton's second law of motion?
Yeah, this is the Newton's second law of motion itself. How you got it?
No, I remember studying it.
Okay. F equals to ma. We call it as Newton's second law of motion, right?
Yeah.
So the Newton's second law of motion states that the force applied, this is the net force. Okay.
Okay.
The net force on any body is equal to the change in momentum. This is the actual statement that he gave. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember how to derive this. Yeah.
So the net force is the change in momentum. And we know the formula for momentum is
P equal to mv.
P equals to mv, right?
Yeah.
V is a vector quantity. So P equals to mv. So change in a momentum is
mv
delta P by delta P, right?
Yeah.
If it's okay, if you can use delta P. If it is very smaller quantities, we have to go with differentiation. dp.
Okay.
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 Delta p is same as dp. D is just equivalent to difference. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So when we will use this difference means let us suppose there is one, okay, instead of this area this is a straight line, right?
Yeah.
We can find the difference between this. Let's suppose this is 3 meters, this is 8 meters. Position 1, position 2. Then we can change. Change is nothing but from initial position to final position, what is the difference, right?
Yeah.
Difference is nothing but high value minus least value. So 8 minus 3 we got as 5, right?
Yeah.
The same thing if you want to measure the difference for a very minute length or for a very minute difference. Okay.
Okay.
Any minute difference, instead of taking as delta, you have to take it as d.
Okay.
Understood this? For any very minute difference.
Okay.
For minute differences, we have to take it as d. Means delta is same as d. Okay.
Okay.
D is called the differentiation. I think you will study this differentiation of the functions. I think you have studied in physics itself directly, because when you are doing acceleration, velocity, displacement and all, you dealing with differences, this D itself. Okay.
So we haven't like learned it, but then we just write D.
Okay. Okay. In general, just I will write it over here. So first, X is the displacement vector. Okay.
Okay.
X is displacement. V is velocity. A is acceleration. Okay.
Okay.
No, you have to remember this. First differentiation with respect to time gives velocity. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Means differentiation or first differentiation of displacement with respect to time. Always displacement, velocity, acceleration, there with respect to time itself. Okay. So what is the velocity formula? Change in, okay, in general, I think you know what is the speed formula.
Sorry, sir, what do you say?
What is the formula for speed?
Or distance by time.
So actually it is distance covered or distance traveled, right?
Yeah.
By time taken, right?
Right.
So distance covered in the sense, if they give directly distance covered, then we will supply it. We will apply that one. Otherwise, if they give at time t1, let us suppose at 0 seconds, the position of it. We are talking about the positions, not the displacements. Okay. 3 meters. At time t2, in the sense, let us suppose 20 seconds, d2. Okay, here we're taking as x. We take it as x. x1, x2. The position is, let us suppose, 103 meters. Okay.
Okay.
Next, for finding the speed, what is the formula? Delta x by delta t. That is nothing but change in displacement upon change in time, right?
Right.
So delta x is nothing but 103 minus 3. You're taking the difference. That is the change, right?
Yeah.
So then delta t, that is 20 minus 0. We got 100 by 20. Okay, we'll get as 5 meters per second. Okay.
Okay.
So here you are taking delta x by delta t for finding the speed, right?
Yeah.
Speed is nothing but velocity if you are taking in vector form, right?
Yeah.
Means v is delta x by delta t, correct?
Yeah.
So as I told before, for normal larger differences, you are taking delta x. If the difference is very small, very minute,
Then we take
as dx by dt. Means dx by dt in turn is equals to velocity. Okay. So you have to remember this all. Dx by dt gives velocity. Okay. Next, what is dv by dt? Gives
acceleration.
So dv by dt directly gives acceleration. dv by dt gives acceleration. Okay.
Okay.
Now change in momentum, that is change in mv, right?
Yeah.
Actually, there is a formula for this differentiation also.
Okay.
Differentiation of AB. A and B are two other functions.
Okay.
Differentiation of A into B plus A into differentiation of B. Okay.
Okay.
So first it becomes as dm into V. dm in the sense all we are doing with respect to time itself. Okay. Means dm by dt in the sense. I'm just not writing dt, that's it. Into V plus m into dv by dt, correct?
Correct.
So what is this? Actual physical representation of dv by dt is change in velocity, no, change in velocity with respect to time, right?
Yeah.
This is change in mass with respect to time, correct? Dm by dt means.
Yeah.
So if the body is moving at nominal speeds, will the mass changes?
No.
The mass won't change, right?
Right.
The mass not changing means the difference in mass is 0.
Right.
So that's why this whole becomes 0 into V plus m into dv by dt. That is changing because when there is a speed change, when the time is changing, when the speed is increasing or decreasing, there is a change in velocity. So we can agree with this. So directly we got m into dv by dt, right? Which is equals to ma. So the net force, we are taking this as a generalized statement. In general, we can take it, but in the question when they mention the mass is also changing with respect to time, then you have to apply the initial formula. Means this one you have to apply. Okay.
Okay.
So we got means the total, this is F net, means the total number of forces. There will be any number of forces applying to this. Okay.
Okay.
The net force is equals to mass into acceleration. Okay.
Okay.
Here only we will, so just now it is in equilibrium position, right? Equilibrium position means acceleration 0. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
The actual meaning of equilibrium means acceleration 0. When acceleration is 0, F net becomes 0. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the equilibrium condition. Whenever they tell that the body is in equilibrium on applying number of forces, means you have to take all the forces and you have to equate it to 0. That's it. Okay. Now, okay. Mhm. The mass is 10 kg. The force is 2 Newton. What is the acceleration over here?
So 2 Newton is equal to 10 kg into acceleration. So acceleration is equal to 2 by 10. So 1 by 5 meter per second square.
Always it is meters per second square, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I think you know how to find acceleration and all, right? Now let's proceed with the forces, that is the net forces. Okay. So for this net forces, just you have to remember this. Force net is F1 plus F2 plus and so on. When the forces are in same direction, right? Means this is F1. In this direction also F2 is there. In this direction also F3 is there. So the F net is F1 plus F2 plus F3. Okay. Now the second one. When the forces are in opposite direction, F net.
F1 minus F2.
It depends upon which force. If you are taking F1 minus F2 and you are getting positive value, means the net force is in this direction. That is along F1. Okay. When you got negative value, means F2 is more, means the F net will be along F2. Okay. Just when you're getting positive negative means you are taking F1 minus F2 means you're taking F1 as a greater value, right? So F1 is greater value. If it is coming positive, so assume direction is correct. So F net is also in the direction of F1 itself. If you get negative value, just you have to reverse the direction. That's it. Okay. Now 20 Newton, 5 Newton, 10 kg. What is the net on this?
25 Newton.
F net is 25 Newton. So here, from here we will study these forces into, divide this into two components. That's it. Okay. In X direction, in Y direction. That's it. Okay. Here, F net in X is 25 Newton. Right? So this is in X direction. Correct? X direction, Y direction. In this, what is normal force? Okay. Wait.
Also 25 Newton.
What is F net in Y direction?
So that'll be the normal force, right?
Yeah, tell me.
So that's also 25 Newton.
Normal force is like this, right?
Yeah.
Is the body moving in Y direction?
No.
The body is not moving in Y direction, right?
Yeah, it's moving in X direction.
0.
Oh, okay.
Whenever the body is equilibrium at Y position or in Y direction, right?
Yeah.
Equilibrium means it is not moving, correct?
Right.
So otherwise, Just listen this, how to understand this one. What is F in Y? That is F net in Y. Tell me what are the forces. Okay, we will draw the free body diagram. Okay, draw forces only in Y direction. When you are dealing with x-axis, draw only forces in x direction. Okay.
Okay.
At the beginning, when we are solving questions, we will draw all at once. Okay. So now tell me what are the forces on this 10 kg block along Y direction.
For the gravitational force and normal force.
Gravitational force and normal force, N, right?
Yeah.
So they are opposite to each other. So Fg minus N, right?
Right.
What is gravitational force? 10.
Okay.
It is the weight, right?
Yeah.
Minus normal force. Here it is in equilibrium. Normal force is also not 25. Remember.
Okay.
25 it's in x-axis. Don't combine x and y-axis. From now onwards, x-axis is different, y-axis different. Whatever the forces in x-axis, we have to take only those forces along x-axis while adding. Understood?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Then what are the other forces in y-axis? You have to take only those forces which are in y-axis. You should not combine both. Okay. So here the F net is 25 Newton towards east. Just if you want to proceed the direction. F net is in y direction is 0. Okay. Now tell me this in vector notation directly. In general, they won't ask this. It is 25 I cap. That's it. Because it is in which direction? I.
Yeah.
Plus, if you want to represent j cap also, 0 j cap. Right?
Yeah.
This is the F net. Now. What about this one? Tell me. There is a 60, it is inclined 60 degree with 10 Newton forces applying on this. Okay.
Okay.
There is nothing difficult. It looks difficult, but it is not same. You know how to divide the vector into components, right? So divide here. Okay. In the whole diagram, what is the vector? Force is a vector, right? So this is the 10 Newton is the vector. Okay.
Okay.
This 10 Newton is the vector, right? So now divide this into two components, x component and y component. That's it. Draw this 10 Newton. This is x. This is y, right?
Yeah.
This is 60 degree. Now tell me what along x direction? X component.
So just give me 1 minute.
This is 10 cos 60.
Yeah,
Right?
cos. Yeah, sorry.
Y is 10.
10 sin theta.
Sin 60. That's it. That's why the components are very useful in this. In any question, whichever it is inclined, you have to divide this into components. That's it. Okay. Any question where there is an inclination, you have to make it as x component and y component, because we are dealing forces only in x component and y component. Means only in x direction and y direction, not in the whole plane. Okay, we are making it simpler by just dividing into x and y. Then we can add all are in x y direction, all are in x direction, right?
Yeah.
So for making it simpler, any question we will divide this into components. That's it.
Okay.
Then what is in this direction? What is the force?
10 cos 60.
10 cos 60. How much?
5 Newton.
5 Newton. So it is 5 Newton. Then in y direction, what is the force?
5√3. Yeah.
5√3. Okay.
Okay.
This is the normal force.
Right. Yeah.
Downwards we have force due to gravitation. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, and we know force due to gravitation is
20 Newton.
20. Force is that nothing but weight. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, first we will write Fx. Draw a line. Means we are calculating what is force along x direction. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me what are the forces along f direction.
Along which direction? X direction.
X. This is Fx.
Yeah. So 5 Newton.
Only 5 Newton.
Yeah.
That's it, done. Right? There are no other forces. Only one force, 5 Newton, done. Now F along Y. So
5√3.
yeah, wait. It is 5√3 is there, normal is there, force due to gravitation is there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Fg downwards, normal force, 5√3. Right?
Yeah.
And the body is in equilibrium. Means it is not moving in y direction, equilibrium in the sense. Okay. Right?
Okay.
Then what I told, all the opposite forces are equal. Means force due to gravitation is equals to normal force plus 5√3. Correct?
Yeah.
So here we have to find what is normal force. That's it. Here normal force is not equal to 20 Newton because there is an external force applying on this. Okay.
Okay.
So now find what is normal force from this equation. There is no need to think anything. Once the diagram is drawn and written Fx and Fy, then only by equations you can solve. Okay. So here the normal force comes as Fg is 20. 20
so 20
minus 5√3
5√3
is the normal force. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the net force. Now if they ask, what is the acceleration of the body? So acceleration also there are two directions, x-axis and y-axis, right?
Right.
So acceleration in x direction, how much?
So like acceleration, right?
Yeah, acceleration. Okay.
Yeah.
Acceleration, just okay, right? You have this one, F net in x. Of F net in x, in general, we will write it as Fx directly. Okay.
Okay.
It is nothing but net force in x direction is equals to F equals to mass of the body into acceleration of the body in x direction. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You should, it is the same direction. It's, you should not take about the total, what is the acceleration. If you are calculating force in x direction, you will get acceleration in x direction. If you are calculating force in y direction, you will get acceleration in y direction. That's it. Okay. So now you will get that mass, not mass. So acceleration in x direction is force upon mass, right? What is the force in x direction?
That will be 5 Newton.
5. What is the mass?
20.
20. So we got it as 1/4, 0.25 meters per second square. Now, what is the acceleration in y direction?
5√3/20 meter per second.
Why?
Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. That's wrong. You have to add the other forces as well. Sorry.
What is the formula for acceleration in y?
F of y is equal to m into
Fy
AF.
means this is the net force, remember?
Yeah.
So net force is equals to mass into acceleration, right?
Yeah.
What is the net force?
So that'll be 20. So won't it just be 20 Newton?
I am asking net force, not gravitational force.
No, so because it'll be a normal force plus 5√3, right?
Normal force plus 5√3 is gravitational force.
Oh, you have to add the force due to gravity also.
Both are in opposite direction. It is in equilibrium, so it is 0.
Okay. Oh yeah.
By assuming this as G. Okay, how you got Fg equals to n plus 5√3? It is same as Fg minus of n plus 5√3 equals to 0. We are assuming this, right? Means the net force is 0. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
When net force is 0, acceleration in y. So acceleration in y is 0. Okay.
Okay.
Now this question. Understood this one, right?
Yeah.
There is nothing difficult in this. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to analyze that given diagram. When they gave in inclined plane, you have to make it into components. Okay. After making into components, just you have to calculate separately. Force along x direction, force along y direction. That's it. Then you will get the answer. Now this question. I am including all the forces. Okay. But it's simple. That's why. The mass of the body. Hmm, 10 kg. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have to calculate. Wait. Make it as 100 kg. Okay. Now you have to calculate what is the acceleration. Acceleration in the sense it is moving only in this direction, not in y direction. Okay. Now calculate. So first of all, as I told before, divide into components. That's it. So just for avoiding confusion, you can mark them as a first force, second force, third force, fourth force. There are 4 forces applying externally. Okay. Otherwise, wait. F1 is 2 Newton, F2 is 20 Newton, F3 is 3 Newton, F4 is 10 Newton. Now I think it will be clear. So first, so into components means F1 and F3, is there any need to divide them into components?
F1 and
F3. They're already in x-axis, right? In x direction.
Okay, so you told me to do that.
So there is no need to divide them into components.
Okay.
Because it's already in this. If you divide also in y, you will get 0 itself. So first, tell me what are the forces in x direction?
2n plus 3n.
No. You have to draw the free body diagrams for all. Okay.
Okay.
So here you have 2 Newton. Okay. The direction is also important. 3 Newton. Now divide this 20 Newton into components. Hmm. 20 cos 60, because it is just adjacent to it, right?
Yeah.
Opposite 20 sin 60, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So means 20 cos 60 is in this direction, right?
Yeah.
What is 20 cos 60? 10. So upwards we have 20 sin 60, that is 10 root 3.
10 root.
So 20 Newton force is divided into components. Now this one. Next F4.
Yeah. So 5 and 5 root 3.
So we have 5 and 5 root 3, right?
Right.
Tell me the directions.
So 5 root 3 upwards and 5 Newton towards the right.
Like this.
Yeah.
This is the vector, right?
Yeah.
If you want to divide this vector into 2 components, this directions will come, right?
Yeah.
So the directions important. Okay.
Okay.
This is the direction. Okay, understood?
Yeah.
Now we know now there is no vector in 2-dimensional. All are in x-axis and y-axis, right? Here we have force due to gravitation as 100 newtons. Correct?
Yeah.
Then normal force we can apply over here and write it as a N. Okay. Now after dividing all the forces into components, just we have to do Fx and Fy. That's it. This is the most important step, dividing into components. When this is done, 80% of the question is solved. Okay. So mark it as Fx. Now tell me what are the forces along x direction.
3 Newton, 5 Newton, 10 Newton, and 2 Newton. But so will 5 Newton be negative?
Yeah, because it's in opposite direction.
Yeah. So 3 Newton minus 5 Newton plus 10 Newton plus 2 Newton.
Plus 2. This is the Fx, right? Which is equals to, directly here only we can write mass of the body into acceleration. right?
Okay.
And many cases you have to find only this acceleration. Now what is the mass? They have given 100 Newton. Just we will substitute it. What is 3 minus 5 plus 10 plus 2?
Or 10.
10
10.
equals to 100 into acceleration. So acceleration is 1 by 10, which is equals to 0.1 meters per second. So acceleration is done. Now Fy. So in Fy, you are not finding acceleration. Here we are finding about normal force. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Since acceleration is 0, right? So first, tell me all the forces which are downwards.
Only 100 Newton is downwards, right?
Means all the upward forces equal to downward forces, right? Equilibrium means 100 equals to, these are the downward forces equal to upward forces. What are the upward forces?
So 5 root 3 plus 10 root 3 plus normal force
plus
should
normal.
Be equal to 100 Newton.
So we have this normal force as 100 by 15 root 3, correct?
So 100 minus 15 root 3, no?
Yeah. 100 minus
15 root 3.
15 root 3. This is the normal Newton.
Okay.
That's it. See, when you solve this dividing into components, the whole question is just 2 steps. That's it. Whatever lengthy question it may be, you can cover this into 2 to 3 steps. That's it. Okay. And in general, when they are asking acceleration, you can stop the question till here. That's it.
Okay.
No
so
need
we don't need
no need to proceed for normal because they want only acceleration, right?
Yeah.
So now next last question. If acceleration in x is 0.1 meters per second square, okay, find what is the force F.
Okay.
It is just reverse of the question. Previously they gave force asking acceleration. Now they gave acceleration, we have to find force.
Okay.
Actually, I have to give only 2 forces for this. Just I have included because we know what is the concept, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So now the first and foremost thing you have to do is divide into components. That is called the free body diagram. Okay. Free body diagram means representing all the forces in x and y direction. Okay. Now when they're asking only acceleration and force, no need to draw y-axis direction. If we can, you can draw, but just if we can draw or not, it's our wish. Okay. Now there is one force which is in this direction, 20 Newton.
Yeah.
In this direction, 10 Newton. They'll divide that 50 Newton into components.
Yeah, so the other one will be 25 Newton.
So in which side, in which direction?
In the right side, I mean the opposite side. Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
So 25 Newton.
Yeah.
Of course, you want, you can leave it. Otherwise, it comes as 25 root 3. That's it. Now in the left side.
10 Newton. That's the same direction of 25 Newton.
So 10 Newton in the same direction of 25 Newton I have drawn. Next.
Also F cos 60.
F cos 60. In which direction?
Yeah. In the opposite direction of 10 Newton.
F cos 60. Understood why? Because it is adjacent, right? That's why it is F cos 60. Here this adjacent and opposite are very useful. Okay. Now just they have given the acceleration. Now how to proceed? Just Fx. What are the total forces in X? Tell me.
So minus F cos 60.
Take that minus. Okay.
Plus 10 Newton. Plus
F cos
25
60
Newton.
is how much?
F by 2. Yeah. Minus F by 2. Plus 10 Newton. Plus 25 Newton. Minus 20 Newton. Should be equal to 100 kg into 0.1 meter per second square.
100 into 0.1. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So now just calculate. That's it. Minus F by 2 plus minus 10. How much you will get? 15, right?
Yeah.
Which is equals to
10. So yeah, so F will be equal to 10 Newton.
So F cancels. F equals to 10 Newton. So directly we got F as 10 Newton. That's it. See, it's very easy. Once you draw this one, then there is no difficulty in any question. Okay. So Fx and Fy means you have to calculate only forces along X direction, forces along Y direction. Okay. Understood this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's it for today. I mean, understood like how to calculate the forces and how to calculate acceleration and all, right? Right. With this formula only, we will find all the questions. That is force along X direction. This is the net forces. When I am writing Fx means the net forces in X direction. Fy means the net forces in Y direction. Okay. So equals to ma. We know how to calculate the net forces. We will find acceleration. They will give the mass. That's it.
Okay.
So once you know this concept, then all are very easy. Calculating about frictional force, spring force, all are same types. Just they will give the direction and magnitude. It is more of a vectors, less of a calculations, right? You are not using forces very much in this. The main thing you are using vectors. Whether you are writing plus or minus, this is also a vector, right?
Yeah.
Like the directions. That's it. Okay, that's why I told vectors are very important.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. In next class, we will do the concept of friction and how to calculate that friction.
Okay.
Okay. Okay then.
So for the next math class, can you do limits?
Yeah, we will do limits. Yeah, because mathematical induction is done, right? Yeah, we'll go for limits.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.